Hello, hello! We're back after the international break. It's finally over, and Chelsea come back with a 2-0 win against good old bloody Burnley. Goals from Pedro Neto and Enzo Fernandez. Brilliant win. Chelsea goes second in the Premier League table, although teams still have to play. This was an early kickoff on a Saturday, and it can always be a banana skin for big teams, especially against Burnley. Burnley are always that team that can pull out that result. And it looked like it was going to be that sort of game after watching the first 15 minutes, where Burnley took an approach that we didn't expect. I thought they were just going to have a five-man defense, low block, no one's getting through, shut shop. But no, they did not approach the game like that. They were trying to control it by keeping possession, by making quick passes, by trying to play around Chelsea and take the game to Chelsea. But whenever they got to the final third, it didn't really seem that threatening. It really just felt like Chelsea's defense were locking it down. No one's really getting through. They maybe had one or two chances, but they either skied it or they would hit it right at Robert Sanchez. And yeah, it just felt that the Chelsea defense was containing that game very well. Chelsea did not have much of the ball for the start of the game. I remember there was like 80% possession for Burnley or something crazy like that. There are always moments like this where your team may not always have the ball, but you are in control. You don't have the ball, but you just don't let anyone through. Brilliant. And with whatever Chelsea got later on, they created chances. And look, one shot, one chance, brilliant goal from Pedro Neto. I think the ball comes over the top for Cucurella. He controls it, takes a deflection of the defender to fall back into his path, and then he slides it over to, I think, Jamie Gittins, and then Gittins with a brilliant cross over Pedro Neto there, right place, right time. I've actually seen many of these cases where the ball comes in and then Enzo Fernandez is trying to make a run to get a header, but then sometimes it will go over and then just goes out of play. Pedro Neto is like a little bit behind. This time he went forward, put himself in the right place at the right time, gets the header. Chelsea go 1-0 up, happy days. Now they can just focus on not letting anything through. Because Burnley didn't really look that threatening. And when they did have clear-cut chances, who was the guy? Fleming, I believe? Got a really good chance, but then he skied it over. You see, that's the difference in quality between a team like Burnley and a team like Chelsea. Chelsea did not really need much of the ball. This is kind of how I like to see Chelsea play. Because with this team, I know they are decent with the ball. But when it comes to defending, they really struggle. Now, albeit, this is Burnley. Let's not pretend like we played Man City or Arsenal. Although we will play Arsenal soon. So it's important to look at it in its context. The game goes on, and towards the end, we really think that, all right, we're just going to grind out a 1-0. Now, Pedro Neto, a brilliant game. He had a really good game. And he manages to find Mark Yu running into space. But the thing is, Mark Yu is running out wide. I thought Mark Yu was just going to go over to the corner flag and then just hold the ball up there for a bit. Now, he used his strength to get through and find his way. One-on-one with the goalkeeper, squares the ball. Enzo Fernandez hits it in. 2-0 Chelsea. Thank you very much. 3 points. Goodbye. Overall, very good performance from the team. Standout performances though. Andre Santos. I was not expecting that kind of defensive ability. Moise Caicedo was on the bench today because I think he played during the international break and he got back late, so he wasn't ready for this game. Andre Santos filled in for him and he put in a shift defensively. That was brilliant. The way he put his body on the line, the way he was diving in for tackles and winning the ball. I thought Enzo Fernandez and Andre Santos would have worked well in the double pivot, but Andre Santos put in a defensive shift and it worked brilliantly. Enzo Fernandez also had a very good game today. Overall, really good. Some not so good performances, in my opinion. João Pedro, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe, the rest. He doesn't look comfortable as a cam. And against Burnley as well, where he was getting dispossessed very easily. Yeah, it just did not look great. I really think that he works best as a striker who just drops in deep occasionally. And look, it was very wise to rotate today. Have Jamie Gittins play, have Andre Santos play, take Reece James off at halftime, because our next opponents, Barcelona, that is going to be a big one. And we did not see a few players, we did not see Moise Caicedo, but mainly because I don't think he was ready. But it was wise to rest him today. I think it was also wise to not play Estevao. I know many people are calling for Estevao to be a starter, and so am I. But he played quite a fair bit for Brazil during the international break. So it didn't seem wise to throw him against Burnley, where we don't need to go and field the full strength team. There is always a risk in doing that, because again, you never know what can happen in the Premier League. Given that Estevao did not play today, we need to see him start against Barcelona. Now, it is going to be a difficult decision because Pedro Neto had a sublime game today. Pedro Neto, man of the match in my opinion, alongside Andre Santos. And I do think that he will start against Barcelona. So what I propose is that Estevao plays as a cam. I would drop Liam to that, play Joao Pedro up front and stick Estevao as a cam. Estevao deserves to play. And I believe Estevao can hack it as a cam. And the reason why we are turning to players like Joao Pedro or Estevao to play as a cam is because Mr. Cole Palmer stubbed his toe against the door, apparently. I guess, I don't know how true that is, but he stubbed his toe at home and he broke it. This brother has already been out with injury for a long time. And then the moment he's supposed to come back, he stubs his toe at home. And look, it is very painful when you stub your toe, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of us have stubbed our toes, but broken his toe, man. What on earth was he doing at home, man? But yeah, Palmer's going to be out for a little while. And so whilst he is out, I really hope that we are going to see Estevao. So yeah, overall, very good performance by Chelsea against Burnley. Very happy to see top performances from all of these players. And Chelsea go second in the league. So, actually, right, I know Arsenal play Spurs. When is that game? When is that game? Let me see. Let me see real quick. My mic is about to die. Yeah, it's tomorrow. All right. I'll see if I can do a review for that game because I would love to see that. For once, I'm actually saying, come on, you Spurs. Tottenham, do something. I don't want to see Arsenal win the Premier League, but they look most likely to win it. I hope Chelsea can be like, fine, I'll do it myself. And if they are going to mount a title challenge, then great. But we will see. But anyways, Chelsea play Barcelona midweek. If I'm not going to do a review for the Arsenal-Tottenham game, then I'll see you midweek after the Barcelona game. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Take care. Goodbye.